Hi, I'm Monique Collins, I'm the manager of DISC and I have run this charity for the last 6 years. DISC's aim is to provide poverty relief to anybody that needs it in our area, whether that being with food, with gas, with electric, anything really, school uniform. At the moment we have got more than 3,000 people on our books.
So my name's Alex Russell. I'm 24 years old and I'm a volunteer here at DISC in Newquay.
I'm Kim Elliott, I'm almost 34 and I've been coming to DISC for almost 6 months now.
I'm Josh, I'm 43 and for 2 years I've been part of the DISC family.
On a Friday morning we now have a sort of a food bank. It's not a food bank because you don't have to have a token. So people can walk in and they can help themselves to any fresh fruit, vegetables, gammons.
When we started off just feeding 10 homeless people soup and bread, to this day where we're feeding absolutely thousands and seeing all sorts of kind of people from all sorts of different backgrounds come and receive the help and just want to be part of our journey.
I've got bags of stuff there. It's important to me. Without this, I can't save up for a flat.
You know, she's supported us with nappies, with milk, with food, occasionally she's given us like gift cards for Tesco just to help us out with a bit of food.
All that food goes out and people just walk in, fill a bag and take their food for the week, and that way we help them with the cost of living because a lot of families are struggling.
So the biggest issue that Newquay faces, I think, is housing and the cost of rent. 6 months ago my landlord sold my house and me, my partner and our 3 children were made homeless. When most people think of homeless, they look at drug addicts, alcoholics, people who've made themselves intentionally homeless, but they don't see behind the scenes, they don't see the families that are in this situation through no fault of their own. I mean, we don't want to be here, but we're grateful that we are. We're grateful that we have a roof over our head. We have somewhere that we can get hot meals and food and a smile and a hello. It's what makes it better. Trying to get a landlord to accept somebody that's homeless as well is really difficult, and we don't want to be put in the position that we were in before of being evicted because they're selling. So we just want a forever home for our kids. That's all they want. I mean, we had to give up our cats, they were our family. We've had to give up so much.
We're based at Sandy Lodge. That used to be a hotel. Now they've got over 30-40 people in rooms who are waiting for our premises. You know, we've got a family here who's in one room and you know, they've been here nearly 6 months, so it breaks your heart, man.
I fight for housing every day, all day. I think the council housing workers are quite happy with me being vocal because they've been hit with a tsunami of homelessness and they've got nowhere to put people. So I've just secured a 33-bedroomed house, which is nearly ready, and I'm really excited. So I've managed to fill that with working people. The reason I find that the council don't do enough is because I ask them all the time, why are you not building good old-fashioned social housing? If you want to do something, I always say, where there's a will, there's a way.
I'm very grateful to be on the door every single Friday, so I have all sorts of chats with people, and you know, it's incredible. You never know who's struggling with mental health. We've all got to be there for each other.
I've then realised that mental health plays a big part of things, you know. Without DISC, people that haven't got anyone have actually got somewhere to go. They make sure that your well-being and that your mind, your heart, your body and soul is moving how it should move.
The mental health aspect is massively overlooked on people. I've been taking antidepressants since I've been in this situation. My oldest just turned 6 yesterday. Her mental health has just gone so far down. She's not the same happy little girl she was. She's just a shadow of herself, they both are. When we were told we were coming here, it was like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. We probably wouldn't have been able to get through as much as we have if we didn't have their support. It's just, yeah, it makes so much difference. It makes the best of a bad situation. My kids are a lot safer than they were.
A lot of people came and said, oh, can I come and volunteer? And I'm not sure, and I'm suffering a bit with my mental health. So that's what DISC has achieved as well, is made people actually believe in themselves again and actually think, well, actually, I can do this. I am good enough. I want to do this. We have become a family. We look after each other.
Monique's been a massive, massive part of our case as well. She's doing everything she can to fight our corner. She's been that support as well, that mental support, that person that I can message at midnight if I'm having a bad day.
Monique's an angel from heaven, mate. She, if it wasn't for her, some of us probably wouldn't be here.
Now, Monique Collins is my mumsy. So come with me and I'll show you where disc is. These people they will do everything in their power to make sure I've got one of these. Because apparently I'm an absolute bugger when I've got these old dimmels out, you know.
In 2019, an estimated 653,000 UK homes lived with a Category 1 hazard excess of cold. Houses with poor energy efficiency like this could lead to cold conditions and can pose a serious risk to health and safety. Condensation and damp homes can lead to a number of health risks, including mold growth, asthma, coughing, wheezing and shortness of breath. It can also increase risk of heart disease and arthritis, making it an especially large concern for older people. Across the UK, in both private and social rented sectors, tenants have limitation to complaining about their living conditions to their landlords. In the private rented sector in England, they can face retaliatory eviction due to their complaints. This lack of agency for citizens can make the future seem bleak, but not all hope is lost. Exeter Community Energy, or ECOE for short, is an award-winning organisation aiming to give residents much more control over keeping their homes warm and safe than ever before. This homeowner is in need of energy-saving advice for her home. Luckily, Jilly, an employee of Leap, is visiting her home today.
Hello.
Hi there, I'm Ginny from Exeter Community Energy.
Lovely, thank you. Come in.
A little bit windy.
Yeah, I think your hair went all over your face there.
ECOE offer the Healthy Homes for Wellbeing product, which provides free energy and money-saving advice for Exeter residents, as well as in Devon, Tainsbridge and Torbay.
So what do you find is particularly cold about this house?
ECOE are partners with LEAP, which stands for Local Energy Advice Partnership, which is a free service that provides important advice and support. One of the most impactful ways it benefits its clients is via their home inspections, in which their employees will provide a number of services, including energy and water saving tips, heating and control advice, setting up smart meters, and providing grants for installation and heating. We sat down with Jilly from ECOE and spoke about her experience working for the company.
Exeter Community Energy, it's a not-for-profit organisation run in the community by quite a lot of volunteers and about 20 staff. We've got a group of retrofitters that go out and assess houses and give impartial advice. And we've got the Healthy Homes project, which is dealing with home visits to people to find out if they're using their energy efficiently or not, such as whether boiling the kettle with less water in the kettle and those sorts of short-term easy wins, and we can help them with upgrading their appliances such as fridge freezers to have something more energy efficient. In Devon we've got a high level of fuel poverty, so we're talking about more than 10% of people's income going on their fuel costs, with high electric only property percentage here, so a lot of people would like to have ideas about projects on going on to gas.
The fact that we can work locally with the local partnerships, make close partnerships, and with the council, and also utilise government funding is brilliant.
We sat down with the homeowner and spoke about what she was hoping to have fixed and changed in her house by ECOE.
Well, there's a lot of issues in the house. Now that we can't put our heating on as much, I wanted to look at ways that we could reduce our energy bills, and just thinking about how to maintain heat. So by using the sort of insulation measures and the draft proofing will make a massive difference. So yeah, it's been really helpful to think of some of the low cost and sort of free things that I can do.
What more do you think can be done to help people like yourself?
Most importantly is having trust and confidence in using providers to make those insulation measures, because they're very costly, and also reduce our energy bills, and also to see what sort of support is available. I live by the coast, so I'm really passionate about climate change, because since I've lived here, a number of the beaches have closed here in Torbay, and so it's a way that I can contribute to reducing my energy efficiency in the home and helping to meet net zero targets for the area and help save the coastline.
With all the issues plaguing the world today, companies like ECOE help to support poor communities and giving energy back to the people.
I've made it one of my goals in life to fly the flag for limpets. Limpets are a bit of an underdog. Mussels, oysters, cowries, crabs, they get a lot of respect and people enjoy them. But limpets are equally enjoyable. If you open the door and read about limpets and learn about limpets, you'll discover that they're absolutely fascinating. My name's Louise Firth and I'm a marine ecologist working at the University of Plymouth in the UK. I'm interested in how organisms interact with each other and their environments, and I'm specifically interested in limpets. Limpets are marine gastropods, so just like you're very familiar with snails on land, limpets are their marine cousins. You typically find them attached to rocky shores all around the coastline. There are many different species, but they're most famous for their grazing activity. This one here is Patella ilispinensis, the China limpet. This one here is Patella vulgata, the common limpet. And this one here is Patella depressa, the black-footed limpet. They have a very strong mouth part called the radula. It's just like a ribbon with lots of really sharp teeth on it. And it scrapes the rock and removes the algae or the seaweed on that rock. So just like cows do a great job of keeping down grass, limpets are doing the exact same thing on the rocks, on natural rocky shores, but also on seawalls like the one behind me here in Plymouth Sound. If you think limpet, quite a lot of the time you think tenacity. These things are hanging on, they're clamping on for dear life onto the rocks. They're actually able to use this tenacity to protect themselves. They're preyed upon by rats, by cats and many bird species. And there are many stories from many different places where limpets have actually raised their shell and clamped down on the tongues of cats and rats and also the claws of birds. They've actually managed to drown these animals by the tide coming in and drowning them while they've been clamped to the rock by the limpet's shell. So we're here at Godrevy in West Cornwall near St Ives, and Godrevy is one of my favourite rocky shores in the whole of Britain, and it's a great example of an exposed rocky shore, as in it's exposed to wave action. Patella ilispinensis, the China limpet, only tends to occur in areas of relative wave exposure. Exactly why we're here in Godrevy. In Plymouth Sound, which is much more sheltered, you don't tend to see many Patella ilispinensis. So this is why we came to Godrevy, to show you that. This shore is perfect habitat, not just because of the wave exposure, but you also have lots of very shallow pools where you have pink algae called lithothamnion. This is a crustose coralline algae, which is important habitat for Patella ilispinensis. Where you have the two limpet epidiots, look what it's living on. It's living on the pink lithothamnion. And this is in line with our theory that there is a special relationship between the lithothamnion and Patella ilispinensis. In biology, we have a concept called the ecosystem engineer. These are organisms that modify the environment to release resources for other organisms, or they themselves create habitat. So trees would be examples of habitat forming ecosystem engineers, and the classic example of habitat modifying would be a beaver. They chop down trees and create dams, obviously releasing resources for other organisms. On rocky shores, limpets do exactly the same thing. They are both habitat formers and habitat modifying ecosystem engineers. This rock here, you've got really good evidence of limpets exhibiting both habitat forming and habitat modifying features of being ecosystem engineers. If these limpets weren't here, the rock would probably be covered in algae, because limpets are very strong grazers. They basically graze the algae off the rock. And you'll note that the larger bits of algae are only on the shells of the limpet. So they're providing habitat for the organism that they feed on. So basically the shell of the limpet is a refuge for algae from their own grazing. So they're both habitat modifying by grazing on the algae, and they're habitat forming by providing habitat for the algae, the thing that they graze on. The China limpet, Patella lisbonensis, seems to be more important as a habitat former for algae than either Patella vulgata or Patella depressa. The reason we think that this is because Patella lisbonensis is aggressive and territorial. It prevents other limpets coming near it and climbing up in its shell and grazing the algae. As a result, no grazing means you've got lots of algae living on the shells of Patella lisbonensis. Limpets are ecosystem engineers. They have a key structuring role on rocky shores, not just in Britain, but in many parts of the world. Here at Gadreevy, the rocky shore is covered with thousands upon thousands of limpets. Without them, the shore would look very, very different. They have a very important role in grazing algae on this rocky shore. All organisms are important, all organisms should be valued, and we should conserve and value limpets just like every other organism.
I first got into these coralline algae, these pink seaweeds, when I was doing my PhD in Cumbria. Eventually, I realised that there was these fantastic habitats in Scotland that no one had really studied, and it wasn't really talked about. It wasn't on any nature programmes or anything. And yet it turned out that these habitats are some of the most fragile in the world, in that they grow incredibly slowly and they take thousands of years to build up. I'm Jason, and I'm from Plymouth originally. But I first started studying seaweeds when I came up to do my degrees in Edinburgh. They're slow growing, they're calcareous, and they harbour enormous diversity of marine life. A piece of that Maerl will grow about 1 millimetre per year at its tip.
So each little twiglet could be 30 years old. But the habitat that it forms has been growing slowly in the waters of Britain since the last ice age. So some of these Maerl habitats are 10,000 years old, and we know that because we've carbon dated them.
If you look at healthy Maerl, it's a bright, shiny, pink, twig-like seaweed. That pink crust, that hard stuff, is what makes the Maerl.
There's a term that ecologists use, which is keystone, for species that are absolutely fundamentally important to the ecology of the seabed. A keystone species under the sea could be a kelp, it could be a seagrass, or it could be a Maerl species.
The reason why the Maerl beds of the west coast of Scotland are so important is because you've got the lion's share of this habitat type in the world.
These Maerl bed habitats are important for humans because they've also got this economic importance in terms of the fish that we eat.
Hundreds of species live in these habitats, and they use them for spawning areas, nursery areas, areas to hide and to feed. 98% of the diversity of life occurs on the seabed, and that's why the seabed is so really, really important. Maerl bed habitats like strong currents, and so there are plenty of filter feeding type organisms.
They need clear water, they need strong currents, they need shelter from wave action, but they also need plenty of oxygen on the seabed that will blast away the sediment that would normally coat them and cover them up and stop them photosynthesizing. They're being threatened. So even in marine protected areas, they're threatened by activities like fish farming or
scallop dredging. But of course there's all the creatures that live in well beds that are affected by the fish farms. One of the main things to get across is the fact these are probably the oldest seabed type we've got in the whole of the UK waters. Same in Spain, same in France, same in Norway. These are the oldest seabed type. They're thousands of years old. So damaging them is like damaging the pyramids, you know, they're not going to come back quickly. In fact, it's worse than damaging the pyramids, I would say, because there's all this other sea life that relies on the well beds as a place to live.
Hello, I'm Richard Thompson. I'm Professor of Marine Biology at the University of Plymouth, and I'm Director of the University's Marine Institute. The Marine Institute's portfolio spans the natural and social sciences, as well as engineering, policy, law, business and the arts. We have an international reputation for the work we do and the environmental benefits it brings. We adopt a transformative, systems thinking, multidisciplinary approach, identifying the issues behind the global challenges of the 21st century, evidencing the solutions and provoking change.
Hi, my name is Anna Holcomb and I'm doing a PhD as part of the Coast Research Group, investigating dynamic power cables for offshore renewable energy. Yeah, so what I'm researching is the power cables that take electricity from floating wind turbines to the seabed, and they're called dynamic power cables because they float through the water column. And my PhD is mostly focused on improving their design to reduce failure rate. So one of the main things that we use the Coast Lab for is the ocean basin, which you can see behind me. It's a 3-metre deep pool with wave paddles at one end that can produce realistic ocean waves. So we run experiments with scale models in this lab that would represent realistic full-scale devices, and it's a way of testing the devices before they go out to sea. So the Coast Lab has the ocean basin and the coast basin, which is at the back of the room, and both of those are used for modelling offshore renewable energy devices in a controlled environment.
My name is Chloe Wilson and I am a Project Support Officer for the Applied Marine Ecosystems Unit, and we broadly aim to survey marine habitats and species, and we try to apply non-destructive methods. So that's things like acoustic telemetry and underwater video. And these methods are really important, especially when we're studying sort of fragile habitats and fragile species. These methods, we've used them to study the recovery of benthic habitats, such as in Lyme Bay, where there's a marine protected area. But we also use it here in Plymouth Sound. So we've been using it to collect lots of data on the marine communities here and all the species that are using these habitats.
My name's Mike Williams. I'm a visiting professor with the law school at Plymouth University, mainly doing research into protection of underwater cultural heritage. The current research we're doing comes out of a project we did a couple of years ago looking at how to effectively enforce the protection of underwater cultural heritage. So what we recommended was an electronic manual embedded in the ship's electronic systems that they could easily reference, that would give them information about what's protected, where it is, and if they come across suspicious activity, what to do.
So I'm Eve Gadd and I'm a researcher at Plymouth University, and I work on a European funded project called the Indigo Project. So we've come down today with a local organisation called Till the Coast is Clear. They specialise in trying to clean up beaches and shorelines of plastic pollution. The aim of the project is to look at creating a biodegradable alternative to fishing gear. and also to increase recycling activities within the UK and France, and we're looking at the Channel region. So we've increased loads of recycling in the UK from Cornwall, and we're looking at expanding now into Norfolk. So over 40 harbours now in the UK are recycling their fishing waste with a local company called Odyssey Innovation. So plastic pollution is a massive problem, and obviously we're only looking at the fishing industry in our project. If you go onto our website, you'll find plastic pollution, public guides on how you can help at home, and what we're trying to do to encourage industries to change their ways and try and reduce the amount of plastic that's ending up into our environment.
Our aim is to help guide the way to a more sustainable approach that will enable future generations to enjoy the environmental, economic and social benefits of the marine realm. We communicate our findings across the arts, the natural and social sciences, and to business communities. And through our teaching, we help to train the next generation.
Freshwater crabs are crabs, like any of us that would see at the seaside. So they're crabs that spend all of their life in or around freshwater. So this crab is found over a very wide geographic area, all the way from northern India, so sub-Himalayas, to the tip of India, so into the Indian Ocean, into the tropics. My name's Lucy Turner, and I'm a lecturer here at the University of Plymouth. But I also do research, and as part of that, one of the things that I've been interested in recent years is applying ecophysiology to kind of finding some solutions to real world problems. And that's what has brought me to working on the freshwater crabs in India. We worked with partners, research assistants and another university in India. We had funding from the Global Challenges Research Funding Pot to basically undertake a preliminary study to understand how freshwater crabs, or one particular species of freshwater crab in India, could be used for potential use in aquaculture. What we wanted to understand was, is this crab actually the same species because it's found in such a wide area? We have genetic data that show that this is all one species. The other strand of the research was then to take individuals from different populations into the lab and to understand how they coped with, for example, changes in temperature, as well as looking at any differences between the physiology between crabs between these 6 populations.
Freshwater crabs, because they are seen in many areas, they hold much bigger potential to feed the local communities. And some of the communities which are dependent on them are really extremely poor communities. They are deprived of most of the other resources, but they have natural resources.
ये एक्वाकल्चर जो बोलते हैं वो बहुत बदल रहा है। इस प्रोजेक्ट में एक्चुअली हम देख रहे थे क्या इसे थोड़ी बहुत गरीब लोगों की मदद करने के लिए, उनकी वो जो इकोनॉमिक स्टेटस है उसे उठाने के लिए, क्या हम इसे एक इंडस्ट्रियल स्केल में कर सकते हैं?
Historically, because they're wild caught, they're a seasonal resource linked to water supply. So aquaculture offers the opportunity of producing a food source that is available 12 months of the year or close to 12 months of the year. If you develop this as a farmed animal, is there anybody that wants to farm it? There's no point in doing the research and producing a model if there isn't anybody actually on the ground who wants to farm these things or wants to eat the product.
The socio-economic data show that we've got a really great interest in this crab going into an aquaculture setup from kind of all levels of that value chain. So we've got an interest from people who at the moment go and collect it from the rainforest or from forest areas. They're telling us that they're already concerned about things like climate change, pollution, over-harvesting that may impact, how that crab could be supplied in the future. We've also got people really interested who eat this crab at the moment. People are aware of the nutritional properties of crab meat. So they were excited to kind of have a supply of this that potentially in aquaculture it could be there all year round rather than something that in some areas is seasonally available. We also then surveyed kind of higher end restaurants, and they're also excited to serve freshwater crabs alongside of the mud crabs or marine crabs that they serve at the moment.
To go from where we are now, where we have some scientific and sociological evidence that this is potentially a viable project, we need to start applying that. So you need to look at how these animals could be farmed, what are the constraints, what are the food requirements, what are the growth times, what are the cost implications of all this, and that's what we're really looking for funding for this next stage.
I guess motive for continuing any research is curiosity. Okay, कि ये क्या है, ये कैसे है, तो ये questions कभी end ही नहीं होते ना साइंस में. आपको लगता है कि आपने एक जान लिया तो फिर कुछ नया निकलता है.
The results of this project so far, and I say it was a pilot project, really show us that there is a demand for this crab as a year-round product for all sectors of that value chain. So what we're hoping for now is to really promote this project so we can then undertake the next part, which for us as biologists would be then to put this crab into culture conditions and to see if we can actually culture it in the lab and ultimately to take that to larger scale. The world is growing, the population of India is growing. We do need to find more sources of protein. Aquaculture in the past has had a bad reputation, but we believe that this is a product that could be grown sustainably for the long term.
This is Alice. Alice Appleton. She's always lived a quaint and peaceful life in a small and simple town But all of that was about to change. To be specific, Alice lived in Auburn, a quirky town located in the middle of Cornwall. It's so small and self-contained, in fact, that most maps forget to even include it. Auburn was the type of town where everyone knew everyone and everything was a short walk away. The kind of place where the postman knew your name and your neighbour's dog always said hello. While it wasn't best known, it definitely didn't lack charm. Alice lived here with her grandmother, a sweet woman who had raised Alice her whole life. The pair of Appletons got on great, however there was still something missing, something incomplete. Since she was just a young girl, Alice had always dreamed of the big city and all the wonders it held. She would stay up at night reading of such places she could only dream of. This went on for years, until that one fateful moment on a warm spring day. Alice decided it was finally time to spread her wings and follow her dreams, so she packed a suitcase full of essentials and brought a one-way ticket to Plymouth, England's ocean city. As she left, her sweet grandmother waved her goodbye and good luck on her new adventure. She walked with a spring in her step towards the local train station, excited for what was in store for her. She was way too excited to feel any nerves. She had never travelled by train before, so she got there extra early to be safe, but when it finally arrived, she boarded. The journey took exactly 74 minutes, and Alice knew this because she counted it herself, but she spent the whole ride enjoying the view and trying to start embracing her new city life. As she hopped off the train, Alice knew she had made it. She looked up to see all of the buildings that towered into the sky, seeming to reach forever. She headed to her home just to drop off her bag and headed out for exploration right away. As she strided through town, all that Alice could smell was determination and that sweet ocean air. Life finally felt like a dream come true. That itch she always had was finally being scratched as she saw all of these new buildings and locations on her sightseeing stroll. She explored the Barbican, admiring all of its quirky shops and looking at all of the boats before heading up to the Hoe. She wanted to see Plymouth's famous lighthouse in person. However, adventure is hungry work and it's important to eat, so she made sure to stop off for some strawberry ice cream as well. There was no time to waste though, as next on her agenda, Alice headed back into town to go shopping. Auburn had a butcher's and a library, but it was nothing to what she had heard about the big city shops. She wasted no time at all with visiting Drake Circus, a big inside shopping mall. She was bewildered by the moving stairs, but she was here with a purpose. Alice wanted to buy a postcard. City life was amazing and exploring was everything she wanted, but she couldn't help but miss her sweet old grandmother. She wrote her heart and soul into this postcard and wrote about all the new things she'd experienced, and even made sure to include that the moving stairs were known as escalators by the locals. She promised to visit Auburndale though. A city life was amazing, but nowhere is quite like home. On tonight's show, we're in the gorgeous oceanside crackhead riddle city of Plymouth, and here in Motley to host our first night is marketing manager Jesse. Let's see what he got for us.
I mean, to be honest, I don't really think there's anything more important to a good dinner party than the guests. It doesn't really matter how good the food is, just as long as everyone gets along, has a good time, I suppose. I mean, in all honesty, never really been much of a cooking genius. I could barely make anything beyond, slice of toast. And mainly I'm just in it, to make a nice new friend or two. Well, I'll never turn down the chance to be on the telly.
So, first on the menu is cold cucumber noodles with tofu and vinegar dressing. Looks divine. Let's see what the verdict is from our guests.
I wanted to go for something, inoffensive, something I think everyone can get behind. You want to set a good mood for the first night, don't you?
I'm more than not liking this. I find I can tell a lot about a person by the kind of food they make, but whoever thought of this was a good idea just isn't cut out to be associated with someone like me. It's embarrassing.
Not a winning menu, I'm afraid. I wasn't expecting a night at the Ritz, but it's so plain and boring. Where's the excitement? Where's the risk? Well, we tried different flavour combinations, but doesn't matter. Whatever my competition can bring to the table will be exciting nonetheless.
Well, you what? They're not eating that. Pig swill, plain and simple. Like prison food. I remember my mum made me that once. Made me throw up all over the floor. I swear to God, if that happens on the night, you're going to cut that, yeah? That's what I thought.
I don't think you could have gone over much better, in all honesty.
You know, I couldn't help but notice your interior design. It's from the IKEA's Kronos collection, am I right?
Yeah, it is actually.
Yeah, and I remember that being the cheapest one they had. I'm assuming you picked it all out yourself.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Wait, you got any food? You know, just want to make sure that I'm properly nourished before the meal arrives is all. Come on, have some faith.
No. You see, cooking takes time. Good cooking can't be rushed. If it is, it's unrefined slop. And now we wouldn't want that happening to our main competition now, would we?
I mean, yeah, I guess you're right. But anyways, how about we all learn something about each other? Like, you know, a game of charades, perhaps.
You know, I'm actually with him on this one. I'd prefer just to eat it up and get out of this shithole the minute I can.
Oh! Dumbass. You know what? Yeah, I think the dinner's ready now. I'll go get it.
Yeah.
What will take you a sec? Give me a sec.
Take your time.
You know, like, I don't expect them, you know, to like it, but like I just wanted to give it a go. Like I try my best with what I've got. Right, that's it.
Ooh, sneaky. Lovely little bit of extra flavour there.
There we are. Took in everyone. I made sure to take all of your dietary requirements into account, okay?
Just as I suspected. Not near really worrying about his competition. You didn't really cook anything, did you?
I don't know what shit you're talking, man. This stuff's divine. See? Look, somebody gets me.
You're going to take this thing's opinion over mine. I'll have you know, I was head chef at Gordon Ramsay's bistro for 3 years in London, and I would not have the likes of you question.
Some people just have no manners, do they?
Oh, yeah, this stuff is incredible. What are you putting in it?
Well, I'll tell you this. A good chef never reveals their secret ingredient. I'm just happy that you like it, to be fair.
Careful, keep it down. We don't want to bother the neighbours now, do we?
Come on, don't just sit there, let it go cold.
You know what? I think I might have lost my appetite. I'm going to have to pass on that one.
Oh, not even one bite.
Look, trust me, I'm truly devastated. I mean, it looks gorgeous, I won't lie.
I'm sorry?
Oh, no, you don't have to be sorry. I mean, you've organised an amazing night. I mean, your amazing house and, this, frankly, amazing food. But, and I know we've taken the piss at your expense, and I truly think I may have gone too far, and I apologise for that. But, thank you, sincerely, for letting me be a part of this dining experience.
Oh, thank you. Honestly, that's really kind. Really do appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
So, you up for dessert?
Oh,
I made everyone a really...
You know, even though the night was a complete disaster, I am glad I came out, as with the other three in critical condition, that does make me the first contestant ever to win on the host's night. I think that calls for a little celebration. Or no, I'll give the night a 6 out of 10.
Thomas Miller. It is 11:30 p.m. on Tuesday, 6th of April. I'm recording a series of self-tapes whilst I'm attempting to solve the murder of the Lyne case. As you can see, no more evidence has presented itself as of yet. Not sure how much time I've got left on this case. Might well be the end of me. Anyways, the witness report says that they were last seen on 23 Bleecker Street at 11:33 p.m.
It was actually West Street.
Hey, you're right. God, I can't do this today. I need some sleep. Tomorrow is another day. This is Detective Thomas Miller. It is 8 a.m. on Wednesday, April 7th. I'm recording a series of self-tapes whilst trying to solve the murder of the Lyne case. I don't know what I'm missing. How could we have no suspects, no evidence, no one arrested on suspicion? Nothing! Not got time for this shit. Hello, Sergeant.
Good morning, Detective Miller. I'm calling to request any leads on the Lyne case. We've been informed by the senior investigating officer that the case will have to come to a close due to the lack of suspects and evidence.
Look, I've got nothing to show as of yet, Sergeant, but give me till the end of the week, please.
Miller, I understand this is a personal case to you. However, there isn't any evidence. We have to move on.
Look, just the end of the week is all I'm asking.
End of the week is all I can do. That's all you get, Miller.
Thank you, Sergeant. It's been about 3 hours since my last tape. Still Wednesday the 7th. We had 2 days to get this case done. I've got nothing. Harry, where have you been? You know I can't do this by myself. There's a reason that they put you and me on this case together.
Sorry, mate. You ended up falling asleep last night and I just went home. See you doing those little films again?
Fuck off! You know that these help. You know they do. The sergeant's called again, by the way. We've got 2 days.
2 days?
Yeah, 2 days.
We're going to go on to them. Honestly, you and that camera.
Why don't you worry more about the case than you do about my camera? Right. What we know is that Lyne was last seen there with his sister Tilly. They were both mugged by a group of assailants, but they only took him. They've not seen the guy for the last 3 years. What's this? That's the number plate. He said that Tilly remembered the number plate from the... How in 3 years have we not run that through?
Rickson, he was the officer in charge of the interrogation. He said that she could have remembered wrong. I mean, she was absolutely hysterical.
Oh, it doesn't matter how hysterical she was. I've still emailed Owen about it. He'll get it run through by tomorrow night. Hopefully we should have something by then. This is Detective Thomas Miller. It is Thursday, 11:24. Owen got back to me about the number plates. He couldn't come up with anything conclusive. So, got no clue what to do. Harry, what are you doing? Those are all the story files, especially for that.
I don't know. I feel like we should just give them one last comb over.
We can do that if you like. I think it's a stupid idea.
Come on, Tom, you always have an eye for this sort of thing.
Look, we've been through this. There's nothing that's going to happen that's going to come out of these. It's worthless.
I don't know. How about new perspective?
What are you talking about, new perspective? I've come at this from every perspective there possibly is. From every viable source. What the fuck could you be talking about?
I was personally thinking more of a physical new perspective.
Huh?
My sister, for her photography class, had to take a picture, and she was able to get the sky to look as if it was from an aeroplane by making it upside down. See? Come up with good ideas.
Oh, let's just see how good this idea is, huh? My new gym prescription better be paying off. What on earth are you talking about? I can't see nothing.
Just keep that up.
Blood's rushing to me head.
Yeah, well, maybe you need it. You see this?
Where have you seen this? I'm in unofficial interrogation by Michael Richardson. What on earth was he doing? Harry, I think I found this! I think this could be it! Where are you going? Come back here! This is Detective Thomas signing off. Come on, pick up, please. Come on, pick up. Oh, hi, hello. I did it. I found what was missing. It was buried somewhere in the papers, and Harry said I should look at things from a different perspective, and I did, but I don't know where he went.
Whoa, Milner, let me stop you there. Take a breath. What did you find?
I think I know where he is.
Some of y'all might recognize this story. A man who is trapped, wanting to break free. The city is a big place, able to take the soul of many. But those who stand up to it, those who hear nature's calling, those are the people we need to admire. They live the life we're supposed to. This is that man.
Where the trail will wind, drifting along with a tumbling tumbleweed.
I know I stand in line until you think you have the time to spend an evening with me. And if we go someplace to dance, I know that there's a chance you won't be leaving with me. Then afterwards we drop into a quiet little place and have a drink or two. And then I go and and spoil it all by saying something stupid like I love you. I can see it in your eyes that you despise the same old lies you heard the night before. And though it's just a line to you, for me it's true and never seemed so right before. I practice every day to find some clever lines to say to make the meaning come through. But then I think I'll wait until the evening gets late and I'm alone with you. The time is right, your perfume fills my head, the stars get red and oh the night's so blue. And then I go and spoil it all by saying something stupid like I love you.
I wish I knew how it would feel to be free. I wish I could break all the chains holding me. I wish I could say all the things that I should say. Say 'em loud, say 'em clear, for the whole round world to hear. I wish I could share all the love that's in my heart. Remove all the bars that keep us apart. I wish you could know what it means to be me. Then you'd see and agree that every man should be free. I wish I could give all I'm longing to give. I wish I could live
Hey, wait, come back. Hey, I'm not gonna hurt you. I want to help you. Look, we're both trapped out here. Like, we might as well help each other. There's not, like, I'm not, please. Hey, if you're not coming, keep yourself safe, all right? I'm going north. If you head that way, find me. Don't kill me. Hey, just let me live, man. Please. Wait, we can talk about this, right? Like, we can talk about this, right? Wait, guys, we can fucking talk about this, guys. Guys, we can fucking talk about this, guys. Guys, wait. Hey! Hey! Help me!
I wonder. If, at the end of it all, it was time well spent. Some say that to live life at its fullest, you have to do a list of things. Go to school, go to uni, find a job, find someone, have kids. I guess I'm almost halfway through that list. But that can't be it, can it? Some say that to live life at its fullest, you have to be free. Do what you want, when you want. Live your truth. Then you will be really happy. Is that it? Is that even what freedom is? I'm not sure. I wonder. Sometimes life doesn't look that simple to me. It doesn't look like a straight line. It looks more like a treasure hunt. Like I'm following the clues one by one, trusting them up, trusting the plan. What the plan is, that I can't wait to find out. To find out sometimes you need a little courage, a little faith. Just like taking a step on water, trusting I won't fall.
Saving for a property.
No, you weren't, you liar.
You never cared about me. I'm not an addict.
Is everything okay in here?
I was just leaving. Faggot.
Adam, I'm so sorry. My grandchild. They're overdosing again.
So how are we today, Miss Cronus?
Same as ever, Adam. Like a dog in cement. How's your partner?
She's still out working in the Riker district, but I think she's happy.
As a reminder,
and the pay is
there will
pretty
be a
good.
mass flood tonight on the south side.
Okay, your neurotransmitters seem in check. There is a slight drop in your hypocretin levels though. You did take last night's calumnia pill, Miss Cronus.
Just in, we have received body cam footage of a police raid on the sleeper colony down the South District last night. Remember everyone, sleep kills. Remember everyone, sleep kills. Remember everyone, sleep kills. Remember everyone, sleep.
We started this for freedom. Time to see the kids. Time to fall in love. I just can't see any solution to it all.
If I may ask, What was your involvement in the project, Miss Cronin?
It's hope, kid. Just hope. And what would you know anyway? Your whole life has been a job. How many dreams have you really had?
It's worse than that, unfortunately. I had fatal familial insomnia before they introduced Klaudia. I'm one of the only people that gets to use the miracle side of it.
I didn't know that about you.
Nobody does. I have to pick up your dose from the pharmacy. I'll be back later.
Kid, wake up. Kid, wake up. What the hell are you thinking? You not seen the news?
Look, I'm a nurse. Where are your parents? Where are your parents?
Laying on the bathroom floor, kitty licks my cheek once more, and I could try, but waking up is harder when you wanna die.
Adam, we need to talk. The device was some type of virtual reality. You connect yourself to it.
Killed a child.
I've been searching for years for the solution to this. I think that we might be the solution. I've stopped taking the drug.
What?
It's lucid now. I can't remember my children. I can't remember the birth of my grandchild. I can't remember the dear face of my husband.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
Quite the opposite.
I just saw a little girl get murdered. Is that real enough?
What about your grandchild?
I'd like to report the location of Hope Crinners. She knows.
Adam, I've got fatal familial insomnia, like you. I don't sleep either.
A genetic disease does not make us the same. I'm done. Find someone else to help you.
I know, because I invented the original formula for calumnia. Have you ever had a dream, Adam, where you're so sure it's real? What if it was real? If it isn't real? Reality didn't bring us here to end. We're here to represent an answer.
Adam! Adam! The nation is waiting for you, Adam. Do I need to remind you?
Just be 2 minutes.
Any longer and you're done.
When people ask how I'm doing, I want to say my depression is an angry deity, a jealous god, a thirsty shadow that wrings my joy like a dish rag and makes juice out of my smile. I want to say getting out of bed has become a magic trick and I'm probably the worst magician I know. I want to say this sadness is the only clean shirt I have left and my washing machine has been broken for months, but I'd rather not ruin someone's day with my tragic honesty. So instead, I treat my face like a pumpkin, I pretend it's Halloween, I carve it into something acceptable, I laugh and say, I'm doing all right.
bones out.
I promise I did.
I was born in a place full of joy. Since I can remember, there have always been people, being sunny and lots of music and laughs. I live in the seaside, what makes it even more special. When I was a kid, I used to go a lot to the beach for walks with my family. Maybe that's why the sea is so important to me. Every time I'm stressed, I go to the promenade for a walk and a breathe. Now, I'm away from home doing Erasmus in Plymouth. I always love traveling and meeting new people. That's why I'm doing it. I really love the place and enjoy the time with people, but sometimes I miss my family and my friends. It's such an experience, yet it's difficult to be away from your loved ones. My place used to be quiet, but now there is a lot of tourism. Obviously, some of them causes problems to the city, but I like it that way because it gives life to the city and it's good for the economy and the families too. It's mostly in summer when my place gets busier because of the beach and the good weather. And it's during that time that I can get a job.
Ladies and gentlemen, Imperfect Cinema Airways welcomes you to Malaga. The local time is 20 minutes past 3 and the temperature is of 35 degrees Celsius. For your safety and the safety of those around you, please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened and keep the aisles clear until we're parked at the gate. We thank you for flying with us, and we hope to see you again in any of your future flights. Once again, thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Shake it down. Shake it down.
In 2022, 71.6 million international tourists visited Spain. A large number of them came to live and party with no limits. Every year, we watch this scene ashamed, hoping that one day we could share our culture, our traditions, and the passion we have for our country. I just wished they would see Spain through my eyes.
People are always telling me to watch new TV shows. They tell me about the new Marvel series or the new show on Netflix that I just have to watch. I sit there, listen, and pretend to care even though I know I won't watch it. I don't want something new, something I have to pay attention to, or a sappy show that always has a happy ending. I want a show that will distract me, a show that concentrates on other people's crappy lives so I don't have to think about mine. The thing about depression is, on the outside you look the same. You smile and laugh and pretend that you are the same. But in reality you're not, and you haven't been in a really long time. Pretending to be who people think you are is so much effort. But it's better than having to talk to people or explain that you're not okay. Depression is weird. It's like a friend that you hate, but when you haven't seen them in a while, you think, they're not that bad. Then you remember the arguments, but you forget how bad they made you feel. Now that I'm in it again, I remember the darkness. When the episode starts, it's slow, some intrusive thoughts. Then you find all your days blending together. You realise you haven't showered in days, brushed your teeth, or even gotten changed. You realise that you've watched 20 episodes of Law and Order continuously in a couple of days. Eventually, you arrive at the conclusion that you don't want to do this anymore, that you hate yourself. You look around your room and realise nothing in it makes you happy. And you realise nothing at all makes you happy. When you're really depressed, like consumed with sadness type of depressed, that is who you are. You're so unbelievably alone and in so much pain that it hurts to move or even breathe. You can be around the people that once made you happy, but you're not really with them anymore. You can't be, because every smile is fake. And when people are laughing and having a good time, you look at them confused and wonder, how did they do it? What's going on in your head? You realise that it's you, that there's something wrong with you that's so shitty that you want to disappear to somewhere you don't even have to talk to people or exist. You want to get out of it, but you don't know how. And happiness becomes that one friend that you can't really remember how it feels to be around.
stop!
I won't get a 9-to-5 job that makes me earn a third of what I get now.
3 years that every day I fear that the next knock on the door will be the police, only for you to buy a fucking BMW.
That money is security for us.
Please, don't make the same mistake that Pops did. Mama will never withstand another burden like that.
I don't have any more time to give to your whims. I have to go, so fuck off.
Oh! I will stop you.
Don't you dare escape through that fucking window, you hear me?
Are you okay? Yeah.
You sure you're alright?
Yeah.
You okay?
How many finger I have? Sure. Let me help you, eh?
Hey, excuse me, would you happen to know where I could find some coke?
Why would I have that? Leave me.
Why did she run off like that?
I don't know, I just asked her where I could find some smoke.
Hey!
Where are you going?
Oh, I just came from the college and I saw you down the street. Can I give you a lift?
Yeah, why not? I was going to Lake.
Oh, sure, hop in. What's in the bag?
Oh, just some stuff for to draw at the lake.
Oh, your brother didn't tell me you were drawing.
You've seen him?
No, calm down. Haven't seen him in months. He's doing his thing in the streets, you know.
You know you can just drop me here. I finished by myself.
You sure? Here? Yeah, okay, great.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello?
Hello, Lauren? Oh, finally. I've called you 100 times and you were not answering. Are you all right?
Yes, Mom, everything is okay.
Well, there's a note on the door that I don't understand, and I was hoping you could help me with it.
What does it say?
Your brother won't come. Hand the bag at 6. Is everything okay? Is your brother in some kind of trouble? Hello, Lauren? Are you all right?
Yes, Mom, everything is okay. Just something we have to give back to a friend.
Oh, okay. Well, never leave me without answering your phone, okay? Bye, honey.
She married, oh, most wit speed, to post with such dexterity and incestuous sheets. It is not, nor it cannot come to good, but breaks my heart, for I must hold my tongue. How'd that?
Yes, Danny, that was really good.
How's the lighting?
Let me just check.
Oh no.
What do you mean, oh no? You
Right.
left a bloody lens cap on, you fucking twat!
Right, look, Danny, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hey, Wagwan, this is Daly here.
And I'm Simon.
And we're the Aperture Brothers, you get me?
So, how did you two get into filmmaking?
Well, from my perspective, yeah, after Mumsy and Dadsy passed away, undisclosed reasons, I basically had to take Simon over here under my wing, so I ended up teaching him everything I know.
So, tell me more about your filmmaking style.
What we like to do is we like to take
Well,
inspiration.
basically, I'm the big dog, the big boss man, innit? So I think I'm a bit of a revolutionist, an experimentalist, a visionary. All these big words, you get me? What I'm trying to say is that I think that we are significantly superior to all of these Hollywood hotshot filmmakers that you see nowadays. Tarantino, that pussy fam doesn't know nothing. You get me?
And what about you, Simon?
Well, like, he's my brother, innit? So, like, I couldn't do it without him, so...
Oh, thank you, Dad.
You know me, I always respect you. They all wrong! Ah! So wrong!
Well, we've been following you around for a while now, and I have to say, your approach to filmmaking is certainly unique.
I want you to draw me like one of your French girls. Hang on, so am I not supposed to be fully naked for the shot?
Bruv, I don't want to see my brother's dick, okay? So, let's keep the pants on. I'll fix up in editing.
So, what are you guys up to now?
So, basically, do you know the movie Space Jam?
Yeah.
We're currently recreating that because we had an idea once to make it, but then some dickhead producer with more money came around and stole the idea. Fucking asshole. You get son! Fucking dickhead!
So, do you film all of your own films inside this one house then?
Pretty much, to be honest, because don't really want to be spending moolah on shit like set. Rather be able to do it in our own house. So basically, this is only a fragment of my film collection, but I wanted to show you off some stuff. Like, I've got the Hot Fuzz, really good movie. Found it very funny. We've done a parody of this. It's pretty good. You should watch it. Oh, the Alfred Hitchcock collection. Alfred Hitchcock, more like a pile of cock. Shit movie, you get me? So bad, so bad. Some of my favourite movies are back home, for example, like Ghost Rider 2, Spirit of Vengeance. Favourite actor of all time, either Nicolas Cage or Adam Sandler. It just is. I take a lot of inspiration. If you see some of my work here, you can see where I've drawn inspiration from Nicolas Cage and Adam Sandler. I really try. Have you ever seen, what's it called? Click or Pixels? Good movie.
So, Simon, what are some of your favourite actors?
To be honest, I don't really say I have a favourite actor. I quite like some, like Gene Wilder is a particular favourite of mine. I quite like, what's her name? The actress who played Mulan. I really do like her. Other than that, I don't really have a specific favourite. I'm not really particularly into works of like Nicolas Cage or Adam Sandler. Never really been into them. I'm outside of...
Simon, hey big man, what are you saying about them? What are you on about? What are you on about?
So, do you just star in all your own films, or do you hire actors?
Well, I like to get acting now, but everyone wants to get paid the big bucks. I miss the days when everyone's working for the art and the passion behind the filmmaking industry.
And as well, don't forget about all the sexual assault.
Whoa, shut the fuck up, Simon. That was never proven. Okay, basically, the story is I was going back to London. I was getting good old Great Western Railway, and it was one of those hot days where you're a bit sweaty in that, and you know your bollocks just get attached to your thigh. So I kind of felt like I just needed to do a little adjustment. Like I'll just do a little adjustment. You get me? And this woman sat opposite me, turned around and was just like, I sexually harassed her, and that, which was obviously a lie.
Because of those sexual assault allegations, it's not very often that we do find female actors to be able to perform for us. We do have to compromise by casting ex-gay porn stars.
Okay, so which one of you am I fucking? Is it him? Yeah, it's been really hard trying to get into the film industry. Back in my other career, I only took roles that had like an actual story. I feel pretty confident. They seem to know what they're doing, and I haven't done anything like this in a while, so I'm actually like really excited. Something did go wrong, didn't it?
What? Simon, what the fuck did you do? I told you not to shut him up, cuz. Hey, big man, the fuck have you done? Okay, that wasn't my fault, yeah. It's not my problem when somebody picks up the wrong knife and goes all method and psycho.
Look, I've said that I'm sorry, okay? I cannot sleep anymore after that.
Okay, look, Mr. Fruity's alright, yeah? So there's no need to worry.
Isn't he suing you though?
Oh, I'm not scared about that.
Oh, so much blood.
So, have you had much luck getting into the film festivals?
Well, funny you should say that, yeah. We had a big man from BFI come to see my latest film on the big screen, you get me?
Cool, and how did that go?
Hey, yo, what, Mr. Sissy? I can't believe you're here, big man. You're gonna see the best movie of your life. Are you ready, cuz?
Well, I'm definitely interested in what you have to show me.
Alright, big man, I cannot wait. Let's roll the VT, yeah?
Oh my fucking Christ. Did you watch that? I watched that and it was awful. It's honestly the worst movie I've ever seen. You know what, I've seen retards make a better film than what that was. Oh my God, they're fucking stupid. Why did they get me out here? Why am I here? In all my long years of my job, I've never seen something as fucking awful as that shit show. They're just delusional. They will never be filmmakers. Mark my words.
What do you mean? Who you call
I meant every word that I said.
Who are you saying
Okay.
fucking retarded, yeah?
I think you've
Who
been
do you
coddled.
call
I
fucking
think-
retarded
no,
delusional?
Oi.
Who are you talking about? Who are you talking about? Yeah, you better run. You better run. Come on, man. Come on, man. What are you doing? Come on, man. Yeah, that's right. Come here. Yeah.
I mean, on the plus side, we only think that Mr. Sissy's going to be in hospital for another few weeks.
Hey, yo, that legend didn't know shit, yeah?
Well, it's fair to say you two are quite controversial. Not for your filmmaking, but for your personalities, especially you, Danny. Aren't you afraid that with everything you've done, what with the allegations, stabbing and assault, I'm surprised that you haven't been arrested yet. And the way you treat your brother is quite frankly cruel.
Look, man, I took Simon under my wing, yeah? So a little bit of discipline never hurt anybody, and it's going to make him the best filmmaker he can be, at least as close as he can get to me, because I'm the best. But all I'm saying is, all these people in Hollywood, yeah, they're just pussies, fam, with no balls, and they're not exploring anything else than their method acting and shit like that. I'm gonna rub my balls all up in Hollywood's face, and they can't do nothing to stop me. You get me, Simon? Ain't that right? Yeah. That's right, Simon. Isn't that right? Yeah, man.
When did putting pen to paper become such an ancient concept? Writing down how you're feeling in a diary or notebook for your own eyes has been replaced with typing on a keyboard for friends and strangers. I am not immune to this society filled with an obsession to conform to certain standards. Standards that are set through pressures of being perfect, flawless. Unrealistic expectations that influence lives and beliefs. It's not our fault though. The gratification we yearn for, awarded through likes and emojis, gives us a feeling of want. I don't want to be a part of this world anymore. Not like this. I just want to escape. But that's not reality. This is. I can find peace in this world. I can find a way to escape.
Let me preface by stating that everyone watching is presumably aware of the August 1991 bombings that you'll be convicted of, but it's safe to assume that the murder of Werner Lang in March of that year is much less famous. What was going through your mind when you first thought to commit that act, and what afterward?
Truth be told, I don't remember. I know I did have some feelings at that time, but they were nothing too distinct from that of everyday life. Maybe I'm the wrong person to ask in that sense. It is most comparable to the nerves you get before you do a daunting task, like stage fright. It's there in the moment, but it soon disappears and is quickly forgotten. The only true resonating feeling I have is that of regret for what happened with Mrs. Vassal. If it wasn't for that incident, I would not be here in prison right now. A most unfortunate set of circumstances.
So, are you suggesting that your guilt is not from genuine remorse, but only because you got caught?
I have a fan club. Mr. Popular.
As your sentencing imminently approaches, do you feel nervous due to the possible severity of your sentence?
No, I don't. A long time ago I did, but I have made peace with myself and my situation. It would be like worrying that every day when you commute to work, that you are going to be in some kind of accident and hurt yourself. No matter how rare an accident like that may be. I know that nothing bad shall happen to me, because I know that I have done nothing wrong. Certainly not my associates. And even if my sentence is harsh, it will have been for a good purpose.
So you truly feel that you're innocent?
It's hard to say. I know a lot of people think that my actions are immoral, but to me, they were to set about a greater cause. It's all a matter of perspective. To me, morality is irrelevant. Me and my comrades were just enforcers. I wouldn't have to commit the acts I do if it wasn't necessary. Many people have fought this way in the past, and many will in the future. But I know that I have done what is best for humankind and for my heritage.
Have you anything further to say to the public or those close to your victims concerning the crimes that you've been convicted of?
No.